lesson for grade 11. My name is Elliot Maza to take you through the lesson of excretion. By the end of this lesson, I expect you to have known the following. Describe the term excretion in details. I also expect that you'll be able to draw and label the internal parts of the kidney. And then you should also be able to explain the importance of excretion in relation to both plants and animals. So, as we start the lesson, the first part which we are supposed to look at in excretion is, this is one of the most important processes which are supposed to take place in living things. But before that, what do you think could be the effect of over-accumulation of waste products in the body of the living organism? What could be the effect of over-accumulation of waste products in the body of the living organism? Sam, Banda?
It would affect the normal functioning of the body cells.
It would affect the normal functioning of the body cells. Apart from that answer, which other answer can you correct? Yes, Mapalo Manga?
It will also lead to death of an organism.
It will lead to death of an organism. Mostly death will result into cells because of accumulation. But the first thing that will happen, if you have over-accumulated on some of those waste products, what will happen is the functioning of the cells will be affected, and then hence some of those effects will start showing themselves as time is passing. So now we come to the definition of excretion. When you look at the term excretion, because we are looking at substances which are supposed to be removed, this is just the removal of metabolic waste products. Metabolic waste products from the body of living organisms. So, the process of excretion will take place in this form. When you look at removal of metabolic waste products, we're talking of those substances which are not supposed to be part of our body. Those substances which may affect the functioning of the body if left and removed. And then apart from this, we are also supposed to look at those substances which are removed. The substances which are excreted, in short. Those that are excreted, those that will be removed from the body, they are referred to as excretory products. Excretory products. Those substances which will be removed from the body, they are referred to as excretory products. But those organs which are involved in excreting the same waste products are known as excretory organs. So we say organs involved in the excretion. Organs involved in excretion are called excretory organs. Excretory organs. So any organ, we look at some of the organs, though we only center on the kidney as one of the structure which is supposed to be looked at, which is involved in excretion of waste product. So when you look at these excretory organs, we have some examples of organs which are involved in excretion. What are some of the examples of organs which are involved in excretion? Blessings, Manuzi.
The skin.
The skin. The skin. Apart from the skin, what else? Children?
The lungs.
The lungs. The lungs. Apart from the lungs, which other part is involved in excretion? Zeni Pavana?
Liver.
The liver. The liver. Apart from the liver, Tina?
The kidney.
The kidney, which is the main lesson for today. These excretory organs, they don't remove the same type of substances. They remove different substances depending on the way they function. So when you look at these excretory organs, we only concentrate on this one as for the rest of them. They will look at the kidney as an excretory organ. So when you look at the kidney, for example, the kidney as an excretory organ. As an excretory organ. What are some of the substances which can be excreted or which can be removed by the same organ which you have just stated?
Urine.
Urine is one of them. Apart from urine, what else? Rebecca?
Uric acid.
Uric acid. Uric acid. Apart from uric acid, you can give us the last one, Janet Peter.
Ammonia.
Ammonia. Do you have any other product which can be excreted by this? Do you have any other?
Yes.
Yes, blessings, Maluzi.
Urea and excess water.
Urea and excess water. So when you look at this, the body of the living organism has a lot of functions. And when you look at this organ specifically, these are some of the things we found in the body and then they have already been exhausted. They are no longer needed in the body, they're supposed to be excreted, they're supposed to be removed by this. So when you look at the structure of the kidney, we are supposed to look at the parts which a kidney has. But before that, there will be a practical aspect which is supposed to follow, which will help us by using the handless microscopes, so that we identify those parts which are found inside the kidney. So I will perform a very simple experiment, observe what I will do, and then afterwards it will come back to you so that we look at the parts which are involved in excretion. So I will put on the graphs and use the specimen which is supposed to be looked at, depending on the lesson which we have been given for excretion. So there are a number of notes which have been prepared. This specimen which is here. On all the stations, I think you are able to see a white towel which is there. Yeah. And then there's a specimen which has been wrapped. So I will unwrap the specimen. After unwrapping the specimen, I'm supposed to use a sharp knife to cut the specimen in between from the back so that we identify the internal parts. So the normal kidney will look like this. This is one of the kidneys for one of the named animals. The normal kidney will look like this. This is one of the kidneys which was extracted from one of the named animals. And then we look at the shape. The kidney, the definition of kidneys are saying these are bean-shaped structures. And they move in pairs. Supposed to find them in pairs, and then they are found on the lower abdomen. If we talk of a human being, they will be found on the lower abdomen of the human being. So like the way this one is, we are interested more in looking at how the internal parts look like. But before that, we're supposed to dissect this into two equal parts. So I'll use this knife to cut the kidney like this, and then it will be opened like this. It has been divided into two equal parts. The main interest is to look at the parts which are found inside the kidney. In relation to what we have just discussed on the borders, how are those waste products excreted? So a kidney will look like this after dissecting it into two equal halves. Now, using a handless microscope, after opening this, you are expected to see these visible parts by the use of the same handless microscope. So what we are going to do now is a very simple activity. Having dissected this in those groups where you are sitting, you are supposed to use this microscope, a handless microscope, and look at the parts which will be visible depending on the state of the specimen which you have. Some parts may not show, but most of those parts which are visible, when you use the handless microscope, you will be able to see them. So like this one, it's very clear and some of the parts are visible. And then we'll be only interested to see those that are visible. We label them on the data. Dissected that specimen into two equal parts and using the handless microscope to observe the parts, the internal parts. So now just call maybe one people from each group to come and complete the records which are here. If the part has not been seen by the use of the handless microscope on the specimen you are using, it should not be labeled. But if it has been observed after using the handless microscope, we need one people from each group to come and complete the labels, and we'll use a marker to make those labels. So the first one will be from that second group there, just after this one. Can you pronounce that word? What word is that? We also have the next from the other group. Any part which has been observed under the microscope. Is it correct?
Yes.
Part which has been observed from this group. May you have someone Christine? Can someone come and make the correction from the same group? Blessings be. Atta, is it correct?
Yes.
Thank you very much. From the last group, from that other group there, any part which you have observed under the microscope. Is it correct?
Yes.
What's the correct pronunciation?
Correct.
But I also have someone from this group. That's the best P. Is it the correct part?
Yes.
So the blessing is Manus. Finalize the labels for the. Is it the correct label?
Yes.
How do you pronounce that one?
Pyramid.
Pyramid. Do we have any part which has not been labeled there?
No.
So those are some of the parts which you will see as you'll be looking at the kidney internal structure by the use of the microscope. There are certain other animals which may have very small parts. The kidney is very small, and then sometimes it's very difficult to dissect. But somehow these distinct parts will still come out. They're still short, so they say they are parts. So we continue. Having looked at the internal parts of this, we can also look at the diseases which may affect the excretion organ. So we'll look at disorders which are associated with kidneys. So when we say disorders, what is the meaning of the term disorder? What are disorders? Just disorders associated with kidneys. What is the meaning of the term disorder? What is the meaning of the term disorder? Yes, Esther Ban.
The diseases
Which affect the what? The same parts. So diseases which will affect this. When we say diseases, these diseases will either be caused by one. What are some of the causes of the diseases which we are here to look at? The hop shoulder.
bacterial infections.
Bacteria infection. If it has not been caused by this, what any other agent can cause a disease to this? Viral infections. Viral infections. Apart from viral infections, which other is Sarubanda?
Intake of toxins in the body.
So in that we will use the word food what? Poisoning. When food poisoning can also cause diseases which may affect the kidneys. Apart from this, these diseases can also come as a result of what? Accidents. If you have been involved in an accident, depending on how serious the injuries were, they can also affect this. Now let's just look at, these are just some of the causes of the diseases which we are here to look at. So now we look at the actual diseases which affect the excretion organ which we have just discussed. So if any of these diseases which we are looking at will come as a result of these things that we have moved, diseases that affect the kidneys. Diseases that affect the kidneys. Let's look at the diseases. We look at the diseases that can affect the kidneys. One, Maya.
Kidney failure.
Kidney failure. Apart from kidney failure, what other type of disease? Agatha?
Acute renal
failure. Apart from this one, what other disease? We also have what is known as kidney stone, the hardening of kidney. So these are some of the common diseases which will affect this excretion organ. In an instance where a kidney has developed these problems as a result of some of these causes we have discussed, it means some of those functions which a kidney is expected to undergo or to process, they will not take place if these diseases have attacked the excretion organ. Now, when you look at the functions of the kidney, they are broad, which may not be discussed now, but the major ones, major functions of kidneys in excretion. I will only categorize them into three. The kidney is used in the process of ultrafiltration. And then it can also be used in the process of selective reabsorption. Selective reabsorption. And then it can also be used in the process of osmoregulation. So these are the major functions which a kidney will perform. But when you start looking at this, you're supposed to look at this one by one. How does ultrafiltration take place? How does selective reabsorption take place? How does osmoregulation take place? So if we center on this is the part which will now get us how is urine formed. In case of a kidney having these problems, what will happen to the formation of urine? When you look at osmoregulation, the constant maintenance of body fluids, one of them is water. If a kidney has some of these issues, some of these diseases, how is it going to affect this process of osmoregulation? Despite that, these diseases will always be there, looking at the types of food we eat, the type of activities we do. But there are also some remedies. I'll just mention them for the sake of controlling having the answer to some of the diseases we have. A kidney, if it has been affected by some of these diseases which we have just mentioned here, there are only two major processes which can be used in controlling the kidney problems or kidney failure. Who can name one? Which processes or which remedies can be used to correct these diseases? We are found with a kidney stone which may affect the process of urine formation. What will be the correction to that? How can you correct that problem? Remedies for kidney failure. Blessings, P.
Controlled diet.
Controlled dieting. Apart from controlled diet, what else? Yes, blessings, ma'am.
Connection to a dialysis machine.
Use of a dialysis machine, where you're expected to be connected to the dialysis machine so that it helps in the process of excretion to work with the kidney. But when you are connected to the dialysis machine, it means you have total failure of kidney function. Hence, that machine will help in getting these things that we have talked about. And then apart from those that we have just mentioned, we also have another important process which can be used to control kidney infections. This is what is known as kidney transplant, where we expect an operation where they are supposed to look for a healthy kidney from someone who is going to donate to you, and then they operate the one which you have which has problems. When doing that operation, they make sure that they look for something that is healthier than the one which you have, which does not have any problem. So these are some of the things that we should have looked at for today, as we are looking at the excretion and specifically on the kidney and its internal organs or parts. We have any question from this before I conclude? Yes.
Can survive with one kidney?
Yes. It is very possible to survive on one kidney, although it will be working under pressure. Because when this process is taking place, ultrafiltration and these others, we are talking of formation of urine and the release of some of these waste products. So if you are functioning under one kidney, it will work, but it will work under pressure. And sometimes it may not work for a long period of time. It is very possible. The last question from Bob Shonga.
Sir, can alcohol be a cause of kidney problems?
Kidney failure or kidney diseases? The answer is yes. Alcohol falls on drug abuse. So maybe when we're looking at some of the causes of, especially on this one, drug abuse is supposed to be there as one of the causes of kidney or kidney problems. So alcohol it falls under drugs. Yes, it is also part of the causes or the causes of the diseases which may result into these diseases, of course. Those people who overdrink, excessive overdrinking of this will still cause this problem. So drinking alcohol, especially continuously, will still cause this problem of kidney failure, or it will introduce some of the diseases which can be associated with it. The kidneys, as explained under excretion. So this is what I had for today. From me, Edward Mwanza, and the rest of the studio crew. For now, it's bye.